Okay, I will share my screen. So during the last lecture, we have done some fundamentals, but we haven't discussed any lecture notes, right? So since that, we are going to discuss some lecture notes, right? So last week I have posted the all lecture notes as a zip file for your group, right? So have you seen that? Have you referred to the lecture notes? Right. Anyway, so I right. We'll start, right? So let me show you the C form of this course, right? Maybe it's differs from the uh, from time to time and according to the students also. If the students are interested in some other things, we can customize it, right? But anyway, so this is the C form of this course. C form means the course content, right? Right. So fundamentals of computers, IT 160. So it's a compulsory course, and you will get 2 credits for this course. And we have assignments, unit tests. Uh, Likewise, we have some continuous assessments. And here are the topics. First, last week we have discussed what is a computer is, but we haven't discussed about any definitions, right? But we have discussed about some content, right? So we have discussed about computer introduction, some hardware basics, right? So today we'll discuss about some more things, right? And then the components of a computer, processing system, and classification of computers, then computer organization according to measuring units, information systems, right? And the types of operating systems, GUI and CLI. Then uh, it's not all. We are talking about the computer networks, computer security. Likewise, we are talking about these contents, right? So we'll continue our presentation, right? So last week we discussed about this slide, this one, right? So I hope you can remember, right? Let me do a quick overview, then we'll move to the second slide. So we are going to understand the fundamentals of computing since you are not from a technical background, and explore what a computer can do and what a computer can't do, and learning about the modern computing applications, and also building digital literacy. And I have shown you this video, and we have discussed about, sorry. Um, right, Venerable. Good morning. So, uh, right. So we'll continue. So if you have any questions, you can ask at the end of the lecture. Anyway, the lecture is recording, right? So, so we can use the computer to process data and give some instructions to get the output, and we can use it to store information and get information, and we can use it to perform complex calculations. Sorry, Venerable, I couldn't hear you. Yes. Um, right. So let me continue. Right. Then we have discussed about some computer history, right? So about the first computer, right? When the personal computers came into place, and internet age, right? Likewise, we have discussed, and also I have shared a website of the Colombo Computer Museum, right? Right. So I think we have stopped our lecture from here, right? We have stopped our lecture from here. Right. Right. So now we'll see how we why we should know about the computers. So today we are in a transformative era, and we should transfer the normal file-based systems or normal processors into digital processors, right? So now the government has proposed to uh, make the e-NIC, or the e version of the national identity card even, right? And if you are going to work somewhere, or if you are going to teach somewhere or anywhere, you should learn these basics, otherwise you can't work at the workplace. Critical for education and skill development. That's why here we are doing the lecture via online, and I'm using a laptop, and you can join it through the mobile device or the tab device or any other computers available. And when it comes to the global information, most of the global information is written in English language. So in that case, you should have a better knowledge in computer literacy. And also, since now we have some AI tools, it's easy to innovate new things and do researches using the computer. And nowadays, almost all the things we are learning in the day-to-day life involves computers, right? Communication, financial services, research, entertainment, education, like so much things. So if someone asks, you should be able to give the examples, right? So here this is an important thing. This is an important thing. So why the computer is different from normal human beings? Why the computer is important for our normal human beings? So it is because it has a great speed than us, right? In some ways. So it can process millions of instructions per second. So that's true, because here I am running the WhatsApp is turned on, the file explorer is there, and the browser is running, and also this OBS Studio recording software is running, and I am also using a third browser to view my PDF also, right? So it has a great speed and can process millions of instructions per second, and it's accurate, right? It's accurate, right? So if we take the calculator, it won't output 1 plus 1 as 3, right? So it's accurate, and for more complex calculations. And storage maintains vast amounts of data reliability. If I go to my file explorer, I have two hard disks, sorry, one SSD and another hard disk, and also it is not I mean they are independent, and it can have multiple uh, right. Here I have two, this is SSD, this is a hard disk, and here I have three partitions, two partitions here, 1 2, and this single one, and here I can have 253 GB of memory, here 678, here 110, right? But if I am going to save all of these files in my brain, it's not feasible, it's not practical. Versatility handles diverse types of tasks and applications. It's true. Here I am drawing at the same time my video is recording. Automation execute repetitive tasks efficiently. Repetitive task means, think about the update. Here Windows is up to date and no security vulnerabilities. So whenever you connect the device into the internet, and whenever you turn on the computer, they will check for the updates. They will check for the updates. And modern applications of computing. So nowadays we are using artificial intelligence. It means the AI tools and the machine learning. So these are intact. And also the cloud computing and big data analytics. When it comes to cloud computing, we have separate applications. The Gmail works on a cloud based uh, server, right? Gmail or any other emails, because it is not, the email or Gmail emails are not going to, even the Outlook emails are not going to save in our device, right? Not saved in our device, right? Not saved in our device, right? So it is going to save somewhere else in the computer, in a computer, but it's not with, it's a physical one, it's in the cloud, right? And what about the Internet of Things? So I think last lecture I have mentioned, think about the AC remote. Nowadays we are using the AC remote, right? But now there are mobile apps, right? Mobile apps, you can control the AC device using that mobile device, right? And even there are some smart ACs, smart ACs, it will automatically detect the room temperature, right? No, it will automatically detect the room temperature, and then it will turn the temperature down, turn it on or off automatically. So it's intelligent. And what about the virtual and augmented reality? So let me show you virtual and augmented reality. So we call it as VR and AR examples. So to experience the virtual reality, you should use a headset, right? So don't confuse with the concepts. To experiment the virtual reality, you should use a headset, right? Here you should use the headset to explore the virtual reality. Virtual reality, virtual reality, right? So if you wear this one, you will feel like you are inside the sea. But the augmented reality means you can see the real world, actual world. It's easy to remember. Augmented, actual world. Virtual, virtual. Augmented, actual world. Here you will see some information, right? You will see some information, but the real world exists there. But here, virtual reality, it's totally not real. It's a mythical one, right? So these are some applications, right? So if you are interested, you can try, you can see, right? And there's a mobile app from NASA. You can download it and try it, but uh, it's a augmented reality one, right? NASA rover augmented reality app. This one, spacecraft 3D, right? You can download it, right? Spacecraft AR app from NASA's this one, right? So it's very cool. So there are some videos in YouTube also showing that here. And when you point the phone and place this object, you can see you can go nearby, and you can see how it works and how it looks like, right? So you can download it and use, but the thing is your phone should be AR supported, right? AR supported, because some phones doesn't support for this. But if you go to the Play Store, they will show you whether you can download that app or not, right? So the name is this one. It's good for the kids as well, right? AR one, this one, spacecraft AR app, spacecraft AR app. So let me add the link also here, this one, right? So this is the name, so I'll put the link to the chat, right? So then we'll continue. Then cyber security and privacy protection. So nowadays, since there are several AI and other free services, there's a discussion out there about our privacy also. But if we connect our device, any device, to the internet, we can't assure that our data is protected, because there are many loopholes and there are many companies providing free services and getting our data for commercial purposes, right? So here I have mentioned some tools. ChatGPT, you can use this Coilbot for your academic things, and here we have a thing called PowerPoint Coach, Grammarly. Likewise, you have so many resource, AI resource. Then examples for cloud computing, here as I mentioned, the Google service, Gmail offers us to send email. So in that case, Gmail will save all our emails in a cloud server. That's why we can access it using the Android or mobile phone, and also the desktop or the laptop. And this is about the Google Drive. Google Drive, we can share images, right? Share any type of files using the Google Drive, but this free version has only 15 GB. If you have a Gmail, you can access that, right? How to access that? Just go to your email. So let me go to my email inbox. To go here, you have some icons here in the right up corner. You have some icons here. If you click this, here you have here, if you go there, you have drive here. If you click there, you can access the Google Drive, right? Then there you can add new files here, create new folder, file upload, like this. Otherwise you can drag and drop, right? If you want, you can drag and drop files like this here. If you try to drag and drop, it will upload, right? It will upload if you need to drag and drop, right? Right. So right, so you can use it. Here it says how much you have used. I have used 16 GB from the Google Drive, right? Right. Then Internet of Things we have discussed. Then the future trends. Future trends. Now this is the most popular one. Yes. Nowadays, future trend means what will be the future like. What's next? 5G technology. Now it exists here in Sri Lanka, right? 5G technology here it exists. 4G, now the 4G is outdated. 5G in Sri Lanka. Here, best 5G network in Sri Lanka. Now this mobile service providers are having campaigns, and here this is the AI generated result. Here they say these three companies. Is it not working correctly? Uh, Ah, right. So they should maybe update the infrastructure. They are maybe having problems with their antennas and other stuff. Uh, because to access 5G connections, you should have good network connection, and antennas also very powerful antennas, right? And they will eventually develop. We'll see in the future we can access the 5G, right? So we'll see whether we have the 6G in Sri Lanka. No, 6D technology. No, it's not there. Sixth generation wireless is the successor of 5G cellular technology. Successor means the next one. Predecessor means the older one. Predecessor, the current one, and the successor. Right. So it's not yet there here in Sri Lanka. Soon it come. Right. Which country will have 6G first? China. China has the first 6G technology. Right. Hmm. So it's worth that if you learn Chinese and other languages, right? Uh, right. Then India will also become a tech giant, and it will uh, it will be the next country with the economic next to China soon. So it's better to have some partnerships, friends, and other relations with India even, right? Right. So then, sustainable computing. What is about sustainable computing? Sustainable computing means, yes. Now, yes, we have 3R concept, right? We have some other things, right? Then there's a huge problem out there. The thing is, if you need to dispose your, yes, reduce, recycle, reuse. Yes, 3R concept. But thing is, if you dispose the any electrical device, right? Dispose electrical device, you can't just throw it to the environment, right? Because you have lead, right? Lead and other cadmium. Likewise, you have some uh, ions. Yes, mercury, right? Mercury. You have several harmful chemicals and other metals, heavy metals, with the components on your electrical device, right? So yes, so if you don't properly dispose them, you will be the people or the computer or the owners will pollute the environment, right? Pollute the environment, right? So nowadays, most of the companies are trying to make uh, make their devices work for lifelong time, or work for many very large span of years. Otherwise, we can just use a computer for 5 years. Then after 5 years, we should throw it, or we should dispose it. Right. So if we build a computer if we build a computer that can upgrade to new hardware easily, right? Then we can, after 5 years, we can upgrade it. We can change the RAM and ROM, or otherwise, and the hard disk, right? And the other hardware, and we can use it for another 5 years. So the altogether the span will be 10 years, right? Yes, we can't. Yes, we can't directly upgrade the motherboard, or the even these days the CPU, right? Because in some laptops, you can change the CPU, but nowadays they are onboard CPUs, right? Onboard CPUs. So let me, yes, show you changeable laptop CPU. Oh, motherboard. Right here. So this is a uh, in this laptop. Uh, Right. Yes, these are some videos also how to upgrade the laptop CPU. So it means all laptops were able to switch their CPUs, right? But nowadays, the motherboard is not the CPU is not changeable in uh, modern laptops. Onboard CPU on modern laptop. Right here, like this, yeah. So it's soldered, right? It's soldered. You can't change it. You can change it, right? So if you have one like this, you can change here. You can lift from here and change this AMD Ryzen CPU, right? But if it is so, yes, if it is soldered like this, you can't change it, right? It's a chip level repair, right? You can't change it. Yes, because the thing is, in the early ages, the CPUs were changeable, but the thing is, most of the people. So let yes, we can do a research, right? So um, right, so we'll do uh, what's the most affordable, and versatile, versatile CPU. CPU for laptops, maybe? Here, so it's saying most affordable and useful is i5 and i7 because there are several i5 one here. If you have a very tight budget, then Intel's entry level offering Pentium likewise. So Intel CPUs are best because they are affordable. Mm, we'll see Intel Core I5 the today these days we have 12 generation 7 generation we'll go for a 7 generation price, right? It's 17,000 used one, right? Used one. So here Game Street LK if you use i5 71 it's 28,000, right? 28,000. So yeah, several price range, but you should here in Dara's Hi-Fi 7 Gen gaming one 96,000. No, maybe, right? So likewise, you have several thousands, several price ranges, right here. So these here it's about the laptop, right? So here, um, otherwise I'll put. Yeah, it's okay. You can get a screenshot. Otherwise, I'll put the link here, right? Link to the chat so you can browse it. It's easy. Right. So I have posted the link, right? But my recommendation is don't try to buy using this website, right? Please consult shop or some person, some trustworthy person, right? Because the thing is, sometimes if you buy products or CPUs and other electric devices from this website, sometimes they won't give you the chance to change them. If there's a fault, you can't uh, claim the warranty also, right? So in that case, you should be careful, uh, especially when you buy used ones. Here, Ikman, they may be sell used ones, so you should be um, careful, right? So back to the lesson, right? So the uh, summary of this lecture is this one. Computers are fundamental to modern society, and understanding computers is very essential. And you should continuously learning, and also you will get opportunities, and so that the challenges, right? So if you have any questions, you can ask from this one. Otherwise, we'll continue for the other other lecture slide. Any questions? I think we have how many? We have five, right? We have four, right? So the Venerable Mahanama, Miss Lakshani. Uh, so I can't remember Madhubhashini. I think she hasn't participated for the last on-campus lecture. And the Venerable Kusal Dhamma also, right? So anyway, please send the student number with your name, right? So I can update this sheet, right? So you can just send your uh, name and the index number into this chat, right? So I can update it. Otherwise, send a message to the WhatsApp group, right? Send the message to the WhatsApp group. You can do anything, but it's easy if you send the name and the index number to the Google Meet, right? So I can update it here, right? Right. So yes, Venerable Kusalam, do you have any problem because you have raised your hand? Here, here you have option to raise hand, right? So if you raise hand, here it will show me. That's right. 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 Okay, it's okay. Um, right. Then we'll continue. Right. So let me open the next one. Right. So I have posted this zip file to your WhatsApp group. Right. This one. So you can refer them. Right. So this one. So I have sent this. This one, IT 160 Fundamentals of Computers, this one, right? So download it from your WhatsApp group, then just right click here and give the extract here option, right? Extract here option, right? So sometimes when you are using Windows 11, you don't find this option, right? So in that case, right click and there will be option called more options, so more properties, right? So give that one, right? Then you will get option called extract all. Extract whole, not extract here, extract all, just give that one, then you can see something like this, right? Another folder called IT 160 Fundamentals of Computers, and you can see this, all these lecture slides there, right? Otherwise, if there's a difficulty, please tell me, so I will send you the PDF, direct PDF. I will post them to the group, the direct PDF, right? Right. uh, Right. So, Venerable Mahanama, any problem? Because the thing is, you have raised your hand, right? So, let me show you, right? So, if you click this option, raise hand, they will send me a notification, right? So, if you have a problem, you can raise hand, right? Otherwise, here, uh, lower, right. Right. So, we'll move on to the first one, right? That was a quick introduction, and we'll move on to the this, right? So here we are going to talk about what? So we are going to talk about the parts of the computers and some basics of computer software. Parts of the computers and some basics of computer software, right? Then right, no need to read these things. If you wish, you can read it. Right, I am getting messages in the WhatsApp group, right? So please uh, send your name and the correct registration number, so we'll update at the end of this session, right? Right. So we have discussed these things, right? So this is how a computer actually works. So it will get inputs, and then it will process using the CPU and other things. There are several components which helps to process, then finally it will give the output, right? Then computers are consist of basically these three things, right? Hardware, software, and liveware, right? Yes. Then let me. Yes, we have firmware. Yes, we'll discuss, right? So basically, we are using these three things, but when it comes to so Hari, I will tell you. Yes. So the hardware is the tangible parts, all the physical parts in the computer, tangible, touchable parts are the uh, hardware, right? The software, yes, software will be like this, right? Before discussing about the software, we'll discuss about the liveware. Liveware is the people or the operators, right? Operators or the people. We are the we are the liveware. We are the liveware, right? So like this, right? So imagine we are here, right, typing something, right? Then what is the hardware? Hardware means the, if we imagine we have a keyboard here, right? We have a keyboard here, right? Yes. So we are the liveware, and we are giving input for the hardware, and we have the computer also, right? Computer also, computer screen. But if we haven't installed the software need for the keyboard, no matter no matter how you type hard, it don't display here, right? It don't display, right? So the software will acts like a bridge, right? This is the software. So the software will will connect both the hardware and the uh, liveware, or the software is the bridge. Software is the bridge. It will connect the user and the hardware, and it will also perform some several tasks, right? So imagine about the calculator software, right? So the calculator software is used to calculate, right? So the Yes, so if you use the word software, you can use it to uh, yes, you can use it to draft letters, right? Make small posters, right? Likewise, you can make things using the word software, but you can do video editing using the word software, right? No video editing and no photo editing, right? To do photo editing, you should do Photoshop, right? So likewise, yes, CorelDRAW likewise, right? So the now I think you have understood what is the hardware, what is software, and what is liveware. We'll discuss further, right here. So this is the block diagram of the computer. So if you closely see, you can see how the computer actually works, right? So here the uh, sorry, here it is like this. So let me show you the uh, process, right? So the data will be input by the user or the liveware. Sometimes it will automatically get also. Then it will go to two places, right? The storage device, and the central processing unit or the CPU. And simultaneously at the same time, it's traveling to the storage unit and the central processing unit. So why we need this? Yes, why we need this storage unit? Because the thing is, so imagine about what I'm writing here. Here I'm writing, but I'm not going to save this, right? I'm not going to save this PDF file. So where does this temporary things save? These are saved on RAM, right? So let me show you, right? So if you go to the start menu and right click and go to the task manager, here you can see the CPU and the RAM usage. So if I go to the performance, you can also check in your laptop or laptop computer. So here the CPU from it's using 69%. So if I go to the memory, here I have altogether two slots and altogether 12 GB memory, right? So here I'm using 8 GB now. 8 GB now. It means 70%. Yes, yes, and hard disk almost no, right? On hard disk, I'm not using them because I'm not saving any file here and I'm not reading any file from there. So this software, the Edge software, it will save all the things on the what? RAM memory, RAM memory, right? It will save, yes, so it will save all the things temporary in on the RAM memory. It's for temporary, right? Because the thing is, if I close this PDF, all of these things will erase, and if the electricity went out, so electricity, if there's a electricity power cut, also, yes, it will erase the things on the RAM drive, random access memory, right? So then we have two types of memory here, the secondary memory and the primary memory. So the secondary memory we can add examples as hard disk, right? So we can use the CD, right? We can use the pen drive, we can use the chip, right? As the secondary memory example. And for the primary memory, we only have RAM. We only have RAM. RAM here, random access memory, right? Okay. Then what about the control unit and ALU, arithmetic logic unit? So these are the two sectors of CPU, right? CPU consists of two things, the control unit and the ALU, arithmetic logic unit. So what are the usages of these things? The control unit will control the parts in the computer, right? But the arithmetic logic unit, as the name suggests, it will control the logical part, right? Logical part. It means if you need to no, if you need to do some mathematical calculation, yes, it will use the ALU in the CPU, right? Hope you understood, right? Any questions from your end? Others? Miss Lakshani, others? Miss Madhuvasini, silence seems no questions, right? So you can ask questions in any language, no matter. You can ask questions in any language, no matter. Since I'm recording only, I'm using English medium because otherwise it's not. Yes. Right. Right. So during this module, we are not learning about any language, but since you have asked, I will tell you a good starting point. So you can go to the W3 schools, right? W3 schools. So for that one also, yes, W3 schools, W3 schools, right? So here you can start with this one, HTML, right? So if you go to here, HTML, right? So here you can find these things and you can do the examples here, right? Examples over here. So start from there, then you can go for the other languages, right? HTML, then JavaScript, right? Then Java, like us, yes, you have it, JavaScript. No, unfortunately, no. So this is built for the total beginners. So in that case, we don't teach any computer programming language here, right? We don't use any computer language here. But if you are interested, you can do. In the diploma content, in the IT diploma, we are doing four languages, right? We are doing the uh, first we do the Java, then the C sharp and the Python, and also the flowchart option also, right? So, but for BA BL, I think in the third semester or fourth semester, we are learning about the Python language. Python language. IT 178. 178 to 79, right? Yes, 178 to 179. So you are learning Python language, right? We'll see. Right. Right. It's good to be curious, right? Right. Then here. So again, computers are consist of what? They have hardware. So it means the mechanical parts, and they have software, right? Software is divided into two things: operating system software, or means the system software and the device driver, system software and the application software, right? So here it's easy to remember about the operating systems, right? Operating systems means the Windows operating system, Windows 10, 11, 8, right? Windows 7, there was yes, Windows 7 also, right? XP, right? XP 98. Likewise, so these are going to be the, yes, 95. So these are going to be some operating systems, and also not some other ones, Linux, right? Then Mac OS, Ubuntu, Unix. Likewise, we have several OS. Right. So it depends, because the thing is later here today we are going to learn about two types of operating systems, right? One is this one, right? So this is also a operating system. So let me show you, right? Right. So this is operating system, right? This is operating system. Can you believe, if believe you or not? Not, right? This is the operating system, right? And this is also an operating system. This one, right? So so remember, I will ask some questions, right? So this is so here I am going to open this file or view this one. So let me do something like this. So I am going to go inside the BVABL IT160 folder, right? This one, right? And this new arrangements. I can do the same using this one, right? So let me show you, right? Let me show you. So this here, these are same, right? Same thing, but two operating systems. This is the Windows GUI version, and this is the Windows CLI version. Okay, so in every operating system you have two things, right? So here this is called the GUI operating system. It means Windows 10. This is also Windows 10, But the thing is, here you have icons. You have icons, and you can see colorful things here. You can click and open these things, right? But this is called the CLI, and you don't have any icons here. You can just type commands, right? You can just type commands, right? So let me show you. Let me show you, right? So here, so I'm going to go inside this folder called uh, IT160, right? IT160. So let me go inside there, IT160. So I'm inside this folder, BABL IT160, right? So let me go inside here using this one, right? So let me zoom in, right? So I'm going to type CD, then BABL, right? So here, so now I'm inside this one, BABL IT160. Not sure. Let me show you. Let me show you, right? So I'm going to type a command dir, right here. Here assignment 1 PDF, new arrangements PPT. Here you have these folders. You have these folders. Here new arrangement, PPT. Here PPT. This is folder. dir means folders, right? Dir means folders. Here how many folders I have? One, two, and zip is also a folder. Here one, two, and yes, and there's a zip one. Here zip one, zip folder. Likewise, right? So here it's empty. Then let me go inside this new arrangements, and here how many files are there? I have 9 files, right? Here you can see 9 files. So how I'm going to go inside new arrangement? So I'm going to type cd here, yes, cd, right? Then let me zoom in so you can see it clearly. This one, right? cd, then uh, I'm going to type new and press the tab, new arrangement, right? So if I press enter here, the path has been changed here. Check the path, IT160 fundamentals of computers BABL slash backslash BABL IT1 thing here, only this thing. So if you see this same path here, computers BABL IT160 slash then new arrangement, right? So if I press dir here, you can see the files here. So let me see, show here how many files, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9, right? Here also 9, here also the same thing, here also I have 9 files, right? Same thing, but here to use this one you should memorize some commands, so in that case we call this as the command line interface, right? Command line interface, or the short form, the what, the CLI. So here in this case here we have graphical user interface, graphics. So in that case we call this as graphical user interface, or the short form GUI, right? So I will explain, yes, GUI. I will explain them in detail soon, right? So what you should learn here. So here we have hardware in the computers and two types of software. What are the two types? System software and the application software. System software is going to be divided into two things: the operating one and the device drivers, right? Or the device drivers, right? So they are operating systems and device drivers, right? Operating systems and device drivers. And examples for operating systems is, you can uh, find operating system, so much operating system. So let's browse the internet and see what are the modern operating systems. Examples for operating system, right? Here you have several, right? Here so this is good, right? Here so you have Microsoft Windows, right? iOS, Unix, Ubuntu, BlackBerry OS, Mac OS, Android, Fedora, Linux. There's a thing called Chrome OS also, but for the examples, don't write this one. You can use any of this one. Fedora is a Linux distribution, and you have Kali Linux. Kali Linux is also a operating system, and here you have Red Hat. Likewise, you have several options, right? Right. Then we have discussed about the operating systems, and what about the device drivers? What about the device drivers, right? So we'll see device drivers examples. So it's like this, right? So imagine you have a vehicle, right? Imagine you have a trishaw or a three wheel, right? Sometimes most of us don't have three wheel licenses, right? Or the driving license for the three wheel, right? So although we have the vehicle, we don't have the correct person to run it, right? Or drive it, right? So the device drivers is like that, right? So imagine you are you bring a new printer, right? You are bringing a new printer, right? So then so you bought a new printer like this, right? Printer, right? You bought a printer like this, and you are going to plug it to a laptop. You are going to plug it to a laptop. But the thing is, you can't see the printer. When you press this print option here, you can't select the printer here. You can't see the printer here. So you think it's a fault with the printer? No, no, no. It's not a fault with the printer because you don't have the correct driver. It means you can't drive it, or you can't give the instructions correctly, right? So the driver or the device driver software will act like a translator. So this is going to be a translator, right? Or a agent, right? Agent, right? So imagine this example, right? This is a practical one. You are going to go to a restaurant, right? Restaurant in Italy, right? You are going to go to a restaurant in Italy, and you have money, right? You have money, right? You have money, but the thing is, you can't place a order because you don't speak the Italian language, right? You don't speak the Italian language. In that case, there you have a friend of yours. You have a friend, right? So the friend can understand the language, Italian language, right? So he or she will help you to buy a pizza or something, right? So here the friend acts like a device driver. Friend acts like a device driver, right? So it's a cool example, right? It's he acts like a device driver. He acts like a device driver because the thing is, you have the resources here. You have the printer, but you when you plug it to your laptop for the first time, you can't use it, right? So in that case, the device driver software will tell the computer about the page setup or something. Likewise, it will help you. And not that all. You have network cards and network drivers. Network card means, imagine we'll take an example. Imagine yes, yes, someone imagine Miss Lakshani is going to buy a new PC, right? And she's going to plug it to the sorry, she's going to build it, right? Then when you buy it, you can't connect it to the Wi-Fi, right? So she's going to buy a Wi-Fi card, Wi-Fi enabled network card, right? But when she installed it, it doesn't work. She can't join to our lecture, right? So when she press here, it says no network device found, right? In that case, she should use a third party software, or maybe sometimes they will provide a CD or a link, right? So she should go to the network card manufacturer's website and download the driver. Sorry? Yes, so you have yes, you have several tools, right? Free device driver update software. Right here, you can see several ones, right here. Driver boost, right? Driver boost, driver max, drive VC. Yes, because yes, you can use the IOBit. IOBit installer is very popular, right? IOBit installer and IOBit device drivers updater, right? Yes, IOBit. This is very popular, and if you need to install a software properly, you can use it. The trial version is enough, because the thing is, sometimes when you install softwares without such things, they will leave some crash files. So they will leave some cache files, right? That's right, right. So right? So you can use those things. And I hope, right, you got an idea about the OS softwares, operating systems, and the device drivers. And what about the application softwares? Application softwares. It's very easy to remember, right? Application softwares. So it's like Word, right? Excel, right? PowerPoint, right? Yes, Access, right? It's like Photoshop. It's like CorelDRAW, likewise, right? Oh, yes. The application softwares means, yes, uh, uh, we are using it, but here at our campus diploma, we are not teaching Illustrator, but CorelDRAW is similar like Illustrator, and you can find the similar tools in CorelDRAW. That's why. If you learn CorelDRAW, you can easily catch the Illustrator. Two different companies, Illustrator from Adobe, CorelDRAW from another company, right? So application software means you can't use it for many purposes, right? It's like the calculator app is an application software, right? So you can't draw something using the calculator app. You can't draw something using the calculator app. So imagine about the uh, WhatsApp. WhatsApp is an application software. You can chat and you can send text messages. You can uh, share multimedia, but uh, you can't edit videos using WhatsApp, right? You can't draw using WhatsApp, right? And imagine about the uh, uh, sorry. Yes, I mean, it's a software package. Yes, it's best because there you can use AI tools and you can prepare slides and videos, many things, right? So there you can find several uh, modern themes also. So it's very useful, right? Right. So I hope you got the idea about the software, operating software, device drivers, and application programs. Yes, you can. Yes, yes, you can download it. Right. Just go to YouTube and search how to install IOBit software. Then you can find. Right. Just see and just browse. Right. Right. So now about the hardware. Right. Hardware. The parts of computers itself. Yeah. Tangible objects. Tangible means touch. You can touch and feel, including all the devices of the computer, all electronic and mechanical parts. Generally we say devices, right? So the printer, monitor, CPU, speaker, keyboard, mouse, like. Then we can further classify the hardware into several things, right? Input devices, output devices, and the memory, primary memory, secondary memory, and the CPU or the processor, right? So we'll discuss, right? So input devices convert data and instructions into electronic form for input into the computer. You can use the input devices to input things to the computers. So imagine about the mouse, right? Mouse. So here I am using the mouse to draw, right? So the mouse will give the instructions to the computer to where exactly to draw this path, right? And what about the output devices? So this screen itself, it's a output device, monitor, and the yes, and the mobile phone screen. It's mobile phone screen. Think about the mobile phone screen. Mobile phone screen. Yes, it's both the input device and output device. Input device and output device. Because the thing is, in mobile phone screen you can touch and input, and as well as you can uh, see display things, right? So you can explore more about them using the internet, right? And the CPU we have discussed, it manipulates raw data into more useful form and controls the other parts of the computer. So here there was a diagram also. Here you have, here this is the CPU, and you have the arithmetic logic unit and the control unit and the memory unit, right? So then the primary memory, mostly we call it as the RAM, right? So it is going to temporarily stores data, right? As I mentioned, all these things I write is going to be saved on the RAM, and once I close this PDF, it will vanish the data because it's volatile. So for the primary memory, we call it a volatile. Volatile means what? Volatile means if you switch off the electricity, this it will vanish, right? Volatile memory. Volatile means vulnerable. Here, changing, like to change suddenly or unexpectedly, right? Volatile. Then the secondary memory is very solid. So when you save it there and when you switch off the current or the electricity, it doesn't change, right? So think about your hard disk. So here I have saved these files here, and if I do a change, yes. So think about this text file. So I have modified it several weeks ago, but here this text is there, it's not going to change. If I close this, it's not going to change. Yeah, same thing here again, because the thing is it's in the secondary memory. Yes, yes, it's a secondary memory, but you can't access sometimes you can't edit it. So when the manufacturer manufacture the motherboard, they are going to include the BIOS chip, right? So that's a good question. We'll see as the BIOS chip is. We'll see. BIOS chip on motherboard. Right here. So the BIOS chip is somewhere here. You can't see it. You can easily recognize it. But here, it's in the motherboard, right? You can't change it. Sometimes they have mentioned BIOS. Otherwise, no, no, you can't change. But sometimes they will give the option to update BIOS. Update BIOS chip. Sometimes they will give you the chance to update it, right? Sometimes when you get problems, you can update it, right. Anyway, normally we called it as we can't change the BIOS. It's solid. All right. Then devices store data and programs when they are not being used in processing. It means think about the pen drive. So if you use a pen drive, what's the purpose of using a pen drive? You are using the pen drive to travel with data, right? Oh, oh yes, you can travel the data. Uh, you can take the data with you without the need of a computer. You can add a presentation there, and you can plug it somewhere else and play, right? Then what about the, again we are coming to the input devices, right? So we have discussed them. Here we have several examples, right? Nowadays here we can add the graphic tab also, graphic tab as an input device, and also for the output. And here we have the keyboard, and last week I have shown you how you can improve your typing skills. And here nowadays this is, yes. So these are just from the internet, right? So um, Sinhala keyboard layout. So if you just type on the browser here, you can download them, right? Just right click here and go to save image as. Now it will ask where to save, right? So let me save here. So it is being downloaded here. So now if I go to the downloads, you can see, right? So if I open it, yes, normal download, right? But sometimes it won't work, right? Sometimes it won't work, because the thing is when the website, they will only add the low quality images for this preview, right? In that case you should go inside the website, right? So if you need to download a very high quality image, you should go to the inside the website. Click here and again click and go to the website. Here now it's the website itself, right here. Now it is the website, and now you can download it, right? If you now download, it's in good quality, right here. Uh, uh, Here now it's good. Can't recommend, but because the thing is, you should download and see, because sometimes it's not. I mean, they are showing the images quality, but when you download and use it, it's not good. Yes, you should buy premiums. So there's a thing called PNG tree. PNG tree, it's okay. And there's a one called Pixabay. Pixabay, it's okay. Right? Just type in the internet Pixabay. I think this is the one. Pixabay. Pixabay. Right? So this is good. You can download even the videos and uh, others, and also you can use the ChatGPT to generate, right? You can give the prompt and you can generate an image, right? We'll see, right? And I have missed right here. What about the smart devices, smart wearables, smart band, right? Smart bands, right? Likewise, we have smart rings also, smart rings, right? So this will monitor your blood pressure and other things, and if there's a problem, it will send you a notification, right? Right, and here the pointing devices, joysticks for gaming, and the mouse also a pointing device, and the light pen for writing on the digital, yes, the graphical tab. And yes, when you are using AutoCAD, you can use the light pen, and when you use the smart board, you can use the light pen, right? Likewise, then imaging and video input devices, right? The digital cameras, the webcam, right? And the scanners, scanner too. Yes, the cameras these days, good quality camera is very expensive, right? Then the scanners, right here, flatbed scanners we have, barcode reader, right? Barcode reader is not a, it's a kind of scanner, right? Then yes, right. So that's all about the input devices, and what are the output devices? So the output device is any hardware component that can convey information to the user. It means display something. Maybe it's in the physical format with a paper, right? Maybe it's in the physical format with a paper, or otherwise in the digital format on a or a e-copy or a soft copy format, right? Then the output devices, you have the speakers to output audio, monitors to output graphics and other things, headphones to output, plotter means it's we are using it to uh, print plans, printer, projector, TV. Here SGD, speech generative device. So we should search for that one. It's a new one, right? We'll see. SGD device. We'll see here. So it's called the speech generative device, right? So we'll see how it works. A speech generative device is a device that helps people with severe speech impairments communicate, right? It means the thing is, imagine someone has a difficulty to talk, right? You Someone has a difficulty to talk. He or she can't talk. In that case, this device is intelligent, and maybe it used to use some signals, or maybe uh, it read your facial expressions, and it will show text for the other one. It's like the Google Translate, right? So imagine someone from China came here, and he can't speak Sinhalese, right? So he will turn on the Google translator and tell in Chinese what to do, and when the Google translate it to Sinhalese, we can understand, right? We can understand. It's called SGD, speech generating device, right? Here it's like a tablet, right? Here, so you can, here we have several icons, right? So according to these icons, you can we can give the instructions, right? So if you are hungry, you can press the button for the food here, right? So then it will show the other person, I'm hungry. So imagine you are at a queue at a restaurant. So if you need a pizza or something, you can use it, right? Yes, you can order. You can just show that one, right? Likewise, yeah, likewise. So right, right. So no, no images are available, but in the YouTube you can find cool things, right? Then right, types of output devices. You can have soft copies, right? You can have soft copies on monitors, LCD screens, LED, likewise, and you can have hard copies here using printers, and even you can output the copy or the output as a sound. And what about the main memory? So main memory, so we have first discussed about the RAM. So but there are two parts, right? The RAM and the ROM, right? Most RAM is volatile. Volatile means when the electricity goes out, uh, it lost the memory. But ROM, it's a read-only memory. You can't modify it, but the RAM you can modify. Modify means automatically it will save the data which you are currently using here. Yes, it's read-only memory, fixed. It's fixed, and you can't change. Yes, you can't change it, right? Then, what is random access memory? RAM, or the this is the correct name. Random access memory is the internal memory of the CPU for storing data, program, and program result. It is read-write memory, which stores data until the machine is working. So here I haven't saved this PDF file. So since I am working, it will save my data until I close this one, right? As soon as the machine is switched off, data is erased, and data is erased. In that case, when you are working with the important document, you should save the work always, right? Always means after doing a change, you should save. Otherwise, you will lose your progress, right? Then RAM memory. Fast, expensive, short-term memory enables computers to store at least temporary data, programs, and intermediate results. Also called the main memory or primary memory. Main memory or primary memory. Yes, you can erase RAM. You can erase RAM means here I will show you at the end. So if I close this one, right, this will automatically erase, right? Yeah, if I go to the performance, now it's 71%, right? Now it's 71%. When you close all these tabs, it will sometimes be 10%, 20%, right? It will automatically reduce, right? Here now, previously this CPU usage was at 60% something. Now it's 82%. Why is that? Because some background processes are running here. You can upgrade the memory, but the thing is you should check, right? So here I have two slots. Here I have two slots here, right? Here if I hover here, it will show you here. So you can check yours also. Slot 1 4 GB, slot 2 8 GB, right? Here it will show you the speed, sorry, show you the memory available, right? Right, then we'll quickly go to the others. Right, here memory chips that can be read from and written to by processor. Temporary holds the data during programs execution. Right, then the read only memory. It's a chip. From is a part of memory programmed at manufacturing time. So this is programmed at manufacturing time means this is placed by the manufacturer of the computer, and we can't change it. It can, no, you can't program it. You can't program it. It's a permanent store. Yes, it's fixed. Yes, manufacturer is the one who programs it. Right? Manufacturer is the one who programs it. Imagine it's from the Intel Dell company, right? Dell motherboard. So the Dell company has input some instructions and their data for this chip. Computer memory chips containing permanent or semi-permanent data. So what's the meaning of semi-permanent data? Sometimes some part of memory from the read-only memory or the ROM can be changed, right? Some part, right? Not the total thing, some part, right? Then RAM versus ROM. Here, RAM versus ROM. RAM is temporary memory, ROM is permanent memory. RAM store data in MBs, megabits. So yes, megabits. ROM store data in GBs, right? So we'll see what's the typical size of ROM, right? Uh, what's the storage size of ROM? Here. Uh, a typical ROM chip usually stores a few MBs of data, generally ranging from 4 MB to 8 MB per chip, right? Significantly smaller compared to RAM, which can store multiple gigabytes per chip, right? But here, yes, here, ROM stores several megabytes of data, usually amounting from between 4 and 8 MB per ROM chip. RAM chips can store multiple gigabytes. This storage capacity often ranges from 1 to 265 GB RAM chip, right? So this should be changed, right? This should be changed. So the here stores data in here GBs, GBs. Here stores data in MBs, right? So ROM can occupy less memory, MB. So this should be GB, this should be MB. This is correct. Volatile RAM. When the electricity turned off, it will erase data. ROM, no. When you turn off the electricity, it will remain. RAM is used in normal operations, but ROM is used for startup process of computer, right? Then the data writing speed of the RAM is very speed. It's fast, but the ROM data writing speed is not fast. It's writing data slower, right? So we'll proceed. The central processing unit, or the CPU. It's the brain of the computer that does all of the computations and controls the other parts of the computer system, right? So the speed of the CPU is measured by what? Megahertz. MH is a megahertz. So we call the CPU speed as the clock speed, right? So if you go to my task manager, you can see what's the speed of this processor. You go to the one here, so it's 2.91 gigahertz now, 2.87. So it's very, right, but it will show you the um, what the here the base speed, right? So base speed means the general speed, right? 2.9. At least it will run in 2.9 gigahertz, but you can't see a maximum one, so it says 2.5. But it's the base speed, then now it's running in 2.87 speed, right? Right. Then gigahertz, right? The CPU consists of, control unit, arithmetic logic unit, and some registers, right? So what are the registers, right? So the registers were in your schools, right? Registers were in your schools, right? So early days, teachers used registers to mark your attendance, right? So here it's kind of like those registers. We'll see, right? We'll see, right? The control unit coordinates all activities of the computer, determining which operations to perform and what order to carry them out, right? So they will schedule tasks, right? So imagine there are 10 pages to print. You should get a 10 page printout, right? And also you have a security update in the background, right? So in that case, you can the control unit will check. Sorry, determining means you can use it to determining means it will decide. Determining means decide. It will decide whether what operation should perform first and what operation should perform next. Determining means decide, deciding, determining, right? Deciding. It will get decision. The control unit transmits coordinating control signals to other computer. Means you have several uh, hardware, so this will control the hardware, right? Then the arithmetic logic unit or the ALU, so it will perform mathematical functions, right? Mathematical functions, subtraction, addition, multiplication, likewise, and perform the logical operations, right? And or not likewise, comparison. Right. Now we'll talk about the registers, right? What are these registers, right? So the registers are the small amounts of high speed memory containing within the computer, right? It means like this, right? So think about something like this, right? So you got the task to do something like this, right? You have a, so imagine so now it's this is the February month, and the New Year is coming out, right? Sinhala and Tamil New Year is coming out, right? For the New Year festival, sometimes we organize a game like this. So you have a tub here, right? Tub or basin, water, right? Basin of water, right? And you have to pass this water from here to here, another basin here, empty one, right? Empty water basin here. Now you got the task to do something like this, right? So there are three team members here, right? Three team members here. You have three team members here, right? You can't use any cup or something. You can't use any cup, right? You should use your own hands, right? You should use your own hands, right? So first one is going to get some water from this tub, right? Like this, right? Then he's going to pass it to the other one's hand, like this. Then he for the other one, right? Then he'll put it to here, right? He'll put it to here, right? So this is a similar concept, right? So the register is like your hand, right? It will only store small amount of data, and it's very fast, right? Here when you do something like this, you can quickly send water, right? So if you will get a chance to use a cup, it's very now it's very easy, right? So here you will pour the water to this cup, then from there to this cup, then there to this cup, and they are to direct it to tap tap the tub, right? So likewise you can pass, right? So when you quickly pass, you can uh, easily fill this one, other than getting the whole thing and dump here, right? If you get the whole tub and dump here, it's okay, but this is also fast. They are used by the processor to store small amounts of data that are needed during the processing, such as the address of the next instruction to be executed, right? Let me tell you another example, right? So in movies and in real life, when the doctors are performing operations in the theater, right? So in the theater, when doctors are performing operations, there are several people, right? There are several helpers, right? Nurses, some other anesthetic doctors, right? Likewise, you have several people, right? So when the main surgeon is performing the operation, he don't seek for any tools, right? There are so much people here, so much helpers and other staff members. They will provide whatever the thing the surgeon needs, right? So uh, he will uh, he will show his left hand, then they will give the clippers, they will give the blades, likewise they will give the cotton balls and other sutures, needles, so those things, right? He is not going to seek for anything, right? And then sometimes if he sweats, they will wipe his face even, right? So likewise, they are performing operations coordinatively, right? They are collaboratively, right? So same concept for the CPU. Very fast computer memory, which are used to execute programs and operations efficiently. So if you do a teamwork like this, it's very efficient. Then what about the secondary storage devices? We have talked about them, right? Hard disk drives. So the floppy disk drives, we are not using them. Optical laser disc means CD, DVD, likewise Blu-ray. And here, so these are outdated. We are not using CD-ROMs anymore. Flash disk we are using. Floppy disk no. Hard disk we are still using. Zip drive no. Magnetic tape no. Right, not using. Right. Now the last part, the software, right? So I have taught you the computer software is a set of instructions and it will tell computer what to do, what to do, right? What to do. Or otherwise it will connect the hardware, hardware and the liveware, liveware together, right? Liveware together, right? So so we call them as the programs, the instructions that tell the computer what to do. Application software and system software. We have discussed about these things. System software examples, application software examples, application software versus system software. System software is mainly designed for managing resources and controlling hardware. System software. Application software is just to there for to perform specific tasks. It will only there to perform specific tasks. Programming, making a system software is very difficult and complex, but you can make a application software comparatively easy when it comes to a system software. A computer cannot run without the system software, right? If you only have the hardware and if the system software is not installed, you can't run the computer, right? A computer can easily run without application software, right? System software do not depend on application software, it's independent, right? Without any application software, system software can turn on. Application software depend on system software. It means if you don't haven't installed system software on your computer, you can't run any of the application softwares. And what about the liveware? Here computers are not fully automated. Human involvement of operator is in need. Human have designed all the programs on the computer, right? So I will show you a fact. People do repairs when needed, right? So let me search uh, let me search how many years and developers were involved in making of Windows XP operating system. Right, we'll see how many people were involved. Right here, according to available information, the development of Windows XP took roughly 2 years and involved a large team of developers, with the project officially starting late 1999 under the codename Whistler and culminating in its release on October 25, 2001. Right? So approximately 2 years, right? Starting dates, key points of Windows XP development here. They have started it in 1990, right? So almost 11 years, 11 years of development, right? Then we can't get how many developers involved. Development of Windows XP. It's a success of Windows Neptune and Windows Odyssey projects. It means these are the grandparents of Windows XP. Uh, let's see, what is this result on Quora? Right here. So Windows has 30 million lines of codes. 30 million means how many uh, lakhs? 300 lakhs. You code one line of code per second. Right here. Right. So it's a imagination, right? Uh, Here, this what is about this here? What you have in Windows 10 today includes code that was developed, right? That was developed in 1990s even, right? So um, you can explore more about them if you are interested, right? Right. Summary. So we have discussed about the components of computers. Computer has the hardware, software, and liveware. Hardware is tangible parts, physical parts. Software will give instructions, and liveware is the people, right? So two types of hardware, sorry, types of hardware: the input devices, output, the CPU, main memory, and the secondary storage. And types of software: application software and system software. Application software example, system software. So that's it, right? So right. So now you have I think moderate knowledge about what we are going to learn throughout this session, right? So let me show you what we are going to learn next also. Then it's easy. Now lecture note 2. Right. So in the other lecture we will discuss about the classification of computers, right? Classification of computers, right? So uh, right, I think we can do a unit test, right? So since we have completed two parts, I think we can do a small unit test, right? So um, right, so we'll see, there's assignment there. So these are some uh, no, we can't, because the thing is we can't do a practical test for this one, because here we are not going to code or do something, right? So if we need to do a practical one, we can do a presentation. We can give each of one of you a topic, and we can get the presentations, right, live, or you can record them and send back to me, right? So otherwise we can so what we did was we gave the students to do some reports. They should make some reports the cover page, and they can send uh, they can email it, right? We can email it, so we can evaluate it, right? So yes. Uh, yes, then we'll do. Please remind me. So we'll do a small session about how to use email, and how you can use other things, right? That's good, right? Then so here we have learned about the RAM and ROM and hardware also. So we haven't discussed about these things, right? So the next day, after the next session, we'll do the unit test. Then it's fine, right? Because at this point we can't give good questions, so that's why, right? Right. So now, do you have any questions from this part? Do you have any questions from this part?